guys, welcome back to my channel and to a brand new video. Today I have a book haul for you. It's only been accumulated in the last month, but I do have quite a bit to show you, so I thought I would just do it now before it accumulates into way too much. I have 22 books to show you today, so I'm just going to jump straight in. I'm going to start with the two books that I received from publishers this month. The first one is Young Women by Jessica Moore. I showed my arc of this in the last one, but I got sent a final copy. This was by Tandem Collective because I was put on their read along, so thank you so much to them and to Manila Press for this copy. This was a really good book. I already read this, loved it. We basically follow Emily, who works for this charity supporting women who have been abused by men in the workplace. And she meets this woman called Tamsin, and it's a whole feminist story about the lives of women and hatred of men, basically. And the other book I received was Night Crawling by Layla Motley, and this is published by Bloomsbury, so I think I have Bloomsbury to thank. Not actually sure what this is about. It just turned up, so I'm excited about it. I mean, it's very pretty, the pink and the white hardback. Like, I love that. So yeah, it's really short. I've seen it all over Waterstones now as well, so I'm really excited to get to it no matter what it is. Okay, so by the seams of it, we follow Kiara, who is from a really struggling family, and they're about to get kicked out, so it seems that she's either homeless or prostituting herself. I'm not really sure. It seems to hint at like both. And then one day she's caught by police officers and told that in exchange for her freedom, she will have to testify in a grand jury trial, and it brings up a lot for her family. So I'm assuming it's like a literary thriller. I could be wrong, but it sounds really interesting, and this cover is really appealing. So yeah, I'm excited to get to this one, hopefully very soon, especially considering it's short. Then I'm going to move on to the stack of gifts that I got. Thank you so much to everybody who got me something in the last month. It was a really hard month for me, so I know a lot of my friends sent me things to make me feel better, and I so deeply appreciate that. It's just so kind of them. So first of all, from Kira, which is from Kira Can Read, she sent me the most adorable little feel better package with a handful of books in it, which was so kind of her. So first up, I got The Dinner Guest by B.P. Walter. This is a thriller. I think it's about 4 people who've been invited to a dinner party, and when they get there, it's kind of like, if you've seen the movie Truth or Dare, like, I think it's like that kind of situation where they all have to spill their secrets and tell the truth, and only one of them will survive. So I'm very intrigued by this. I've seen a lot about it and it sounds really good. It's deceiving. It looks quite short, but it is a 400-page thriller, so that is interesting. I am so excited for this one. I think I'm going to pick it up in July. Next, she got me Crush by Tracy Wolff. I have already read this, but I've got a copy now to pop on my shelves, which is exciting. This is the second book in the Crave series, and this is like a vampire, werewolf, dragon, fae, everything school where our protagonist, Grace, goes there in the first book. She doesn't know it's a magic school, and yeah, you just follow her, and this is the second book. They are so chunky, but I really like them. They're very much Zodiac Academy, but YA. So yeah, thank you so much, Kira, for a copy of this. I'm really excited because now when I reread it, I can annotate. Again, Kira got me 99% Mine by Sally Thorne. I'm going to be honest, I've not read a Sally Thorne. I own both The Hating Game and now this one as well, and I haven't read either. But this one sounds amazing because it's something about this woman whose name, Darcy. So Darcy and her twin brother Jamie inherit a house and they're doing it up, and I think they meet somebody while they are doing up the house, like the builder, and she falls in love with him, I think. I'm not really sure why it is 99% mine. I'm intrigued. But yeah, that sounds so cute. Like, I love that trope of like, not even trope, I love that like vibe of restoring a house, meeting the builder. Like, that just sounds so cute and cozy. So I'm really excited for this one, and perfect for summer because we love summer romances. And finally, from the delightful Kira, I got One True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I am a huge Taylor Jenkins Reid fan. After reading Maybe in Another Life, I knew I needed to try this. We follow Emma, who lost her first husband or love or something in a helicopter accident. Like, he went missing and presumed dead. She falls in love with someone else, is engaged to someone else, and then the original husband, comes back, like he's alive. And I think she's stuck between the fact that she has 2 people that she deeply loves and has to decide between them. Unfortunately, I'm sure this is not a reverse harem story, so I'm sure we'll have to actually choose, which is gutting. But I'm so intrigued by that concept. It sounds so unique and sounds like it's going to be a real battle, and a moral expedition of this story. So yeah, really intrigued by this one. I think it's going to be really heavy, really hard hitting, and I'm excited about it. Thank you so much, Kira, for that. That was so kind, and it definitely gave me a smile in a really difficult month, so thank you. Connor also gave me some feel-good gifts. He was actually here, and they arrived when he was here, and I was like, thank you. So that was really weird. First up, he got me The Agathas by Kathleen Glasgow and Liz Lawson. I have read this. This is like a Good Girl's Guide to Murder vibe, just maybe not as good. Basically based on Agatha Christie. I mean, I'm not going to lie, they're called The Agathas, you can tell that. And we follow two girls, Alice and Iris. And Alice is a very troubled girl, you know, she made herself go missing. Like she literally ran away like Agatha Christie a year ago, and now we're following her a year later. She's gone back to school after house arrest, and her ex-best friend Brooke, goes missing, and then her body is found. I mean, I thought that was a bit odd that they would tell you that. They say she goes missing, but then literally on the map on the front it was like, Brooke's body found. So I had issues with that at the beginning, but moving on. I found it very odd to read a book where Brooke died, but Brooke was a bit of a, so we didn't like her. So wasn't too sad. But yeah, then you follow Iris and Alice, who are both very troubled, coming together to solve this mystery of what happened to Brooke. Very interesting. I just think, I don't know, I just didn't love it. I gave it 3 stars, but I love this cover and I had a really good time reading it because I do like a murder mystery. And it definitely a Good Girl's Guide to Murder. If you like it, you'll probably enjoy the vibes of this one like I did. And again from Connor, I got The Women of Troy by Pat Barker. This is the sequel to The Silence of the Girls, which I have not read yet, but I'm so excited to get into. I love my mythology retelling shelf, and it's getting bigger and bigger, and it's just making me so happy. So I'm really excited to get to this, just like all the other ones. Thank you so much, Connor. Again, you did a lot for me this month, and it meant a lot. And then from Robbie, I've received 2 books. I don't think I showed this one, but I might have in the last haul. Robbie sent me this after he came down to visit me for my birthday and said we should buddy read it, and I'm very intrigued by this one. I hear so many mixed things, but most of what I hear is good. I think this is like a political fantasy. What is this? A political fantasy revolving around jade, which is a drug, I think, and you follow crime families in their day-to-day dealings and drama. All I know is a lot of people die, it's very heart-wrenching, and it's a ginormous series. So yeah, granted I don't know a lot, but I am excited by the concept of reading the Greenbone Saga, and I'm very excited to buddy read this with Robbie in July, which is this month, so better get on it. And also from Robbie, he sent me School for Good and Evil by Saman Cheney. I am already currently reading this, so I'm excited. It is a middle grade story following Sophie and Agatha. So Agatha is this one, so she's considered to look witchy, and Sophie is considered to look princessy. So when they are kidnapped to go to the School for Good and Evil, Sophie goes to the evil school and she's confused as to why, whereas Agatha goes to the School of Good and is confused as to why, because their appearances would not suggest that that is where they should go. And love that. Love the defying of the norms and the expectations. It's a really powerful story. I'm enjoying it so far. Thank you so much to Robbie for those as well. That is so kind of you. Thank you so much. And I'm excited to buddy read Jade City with you. Now moving on to the books I bought myself, either secondhand or new. We'll just mix them all together. First up, we have The Hemlock Cure by Joanne Byrne. This I found in a charity shop for £1.50 or 50p maybe. And it only came out in February, and I've heard nothing about it, but I did see that my friend Kira had marked it as to read months ago, so I recognised the book. And then when I bought it, she told me that it was set where she lives. So this sounds really, really interesting. It's set in 1665 in a little town called Eam, and it's all about the women keeping secrets because there's like witchcraft and apothecary business going on. And it says some poisons cannot be bottled and some secrets cannot be contained. So I don't know a lot, but I am so intrigued. Like, it sounds so interesting. And even though I've not heard anything, it is a fairly new release, so maybe it just needs some time. But I am very willing to give this a go and very intrigued too as well. The next couple of books were just really cheap, so I was like, I'm going to pick them up. The first is It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey. Everybody seems to talk about this, and everybody compares it to Schitt's Creek, which I have not seen. but I am intrigued to watch, so I thought I would give this a try. I've got to be honest, I have heard mostly good things about this. Like, I don't think I've heard anything bad about this or the sequel. And this one doesn't sound very interesting to me because it is about a woman who is famous meeting a man in a small village who's like, I hate famous people, you seem like uptight and stuff. And then she falls for him and decides to stay in this small town or something. The sequel sounds much better to me, but I want to get through this one first. It's very chunky, sounds really interesting, but yeah, as I said, it's about a Hollywood it girl. So we'll see how I feel about this one. I then have The Intimacy Experiment by Rosie Dannon. This is the sequel to The Roommate, focused on Naomi, who is the ex of our main character, love interest in the first book. I am so intrigued because she was such a relatable character. She was one of those characters that's like very focused on her career, very abrupt and blunt. And I love characters like that because that can be very me sometimes. And a lot of people don't like it. So I'm intrigued to see how they're going to tackle this romance, how they're going to tackle her personality, and if she's going to find someone who'll gel with it and hopefully not change her, because I like the way she is. Completely unrelated, this is a very floppy paperback and I'm very excited about that. So yeah, I'm intrigued to read this. I've been trying to get my hands on it for absolutely ages because I knew it was going to be cheap somewhere and finally I got it for £2, so I'm very pleased. Then I picked up a finished copy of Wicked Souls by Katie Wismer. This is the second book in the Marionette series. I love Katie Wismer. She's an author on YouTube, and I love this series. I've read them both books twice, I believe, and I have vlogged it as well, so you can see my thoughts. But yeah, this, I was just excited to get a copy for my collection, and it's very floppy, which we love to see. So yeah, definitely suggest picking up this series if you like vampire-based stories. Again, it's a vampire-based story set in an academy, which we love. Like, kind of hate to love, like more like dislike to love, which I also like, so that's good. And yeah, it's very plot twisty. It's not YA, it's new adult. Definitely got a couple of steamy scenes in there. And yeah, it's going to be a 6-book series, I think. So yeah, really excited to have a copy for this to go with my marionettes. Then from Fairy Loot, this is for June, so if you haven't seen it, just skip ahead. We got a copy of Twin Crowns by Catherine Webber. This is the paperback for June. I already had the ARC paperback of this, it's behind me. So now that I know I have 2 copies, I've got to read this book. Like, it's disgusting that I haven't. How beautiful is this edition? Okay, they truly knocked it out of the park with this one. I don't know if it's signed or digitally signed by both authors. I can't tell, but knowing Fairy Loot, it's probably digital. But this looks beautiful and I'm really excited. It follows 2 sisters who've been brought up very different. Yeah, brought up very differently, and then I think they're going to come together to battle or decide if they want to be together, and like you have to pick which sister you like. I don't know. I'm very intrigued by this premise and I can't believe I haven't read it yet when I've had an ARC since 2021. I've got to get on it. I think this is the May Fairy Loot. The Stardust Thief by Chelsea Abdullah. It's very pretty. I love what they've done, swapping the orange for purple. It has beautiful end pages. Absolutely gorgeous. It doesn't have... Oh, it does. I'm wrong. It has lovely naked hardback and a quote on the back, which says, "Neither here nor there but long ago." The spine. No stenciled edges, just sprayed, but I actually kind of like it because it's a very simple cover, so I like that it's a simple sprayed edge. And then the back end pages. I don't know if I showed that it was signed, but it is physically signed, not book plated or digital. And yeah, I am very excited about this one. I thought this was adult. I was really surprised when I found out this was going to be in my Fairy Loot box, but I'm really, really excited to get to this pretty soon, hopefully. And it looks bigger than it is. It's only like 450 pages. So that's exciting. Again, for the June Fairy Loot, we got This Vicious Grace by Emily Thiede. I'm absolutely gutted that we didn't get the American cover. I don't know why we would, but I'm so gutted because it's gorgeous. Not that this isn't. However, yellow is my least favourite colour. I hate it. And this is so obnoxiously yellow that I'm thinking I'm going to buy a normal copy if I like this book. But the end pages are, again, absolutely gorgeous. Gotta give it to them. They did do very well. Although I'm getting a little bit sick of not having reverse dust jacket art, I won't lie. And the naked hardback is stunning as well. I love the brown, not with the yellow, but I love the brown on its own. Gorgeous spine. Yeah, so maybe I'll just throw away the cover and paint over the sprayed edges. But it is signed, not book plated, or signed onto the page. So yeah, I'm very excited about this book. It is one of my most anticipated releases, but like bleh to the yellow, just to be picky. Again, I found this in a charity shop, and that is Real Easy by Marie Rutkowski. And it's not something I've heard a lot about. So I believe we follow two strippers who find out that there's been a murder or a crime, and then they come together to solve the murder. So I think it's a murder mystery, but like adult with strippers, or maybe a murder mystery thriller. It doesn't give you a lot to go on the synopsis, but I'm really excited. It seems quite short, so it's going to be a fun ride. And then I went to Tenby for the weekend, and I found this in a charity shop, and I thought it might be funny for a vlog, or maybe just fun for me and myself. And that is Sophie's Voice by Helen Hard. I'd never heard of this author until the day I picked up this book, when I saw someone on a Facebook group posting all of her other books and saying how good they were. This is the fourth in a series. It's in the A Sex and the Season series. It's a historical romance, and I love historical romance. I'm really intrigued to see if this is any good. I don't know anything about it. It just looks good, and I just decided to pick it up, even if it is the fourth in a series. I think it's self-published. No, it's published by Waterhouse, and it does say on the back mature audience, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be smutty, and I'm intrigued. And the next two I bought from Lauren because they were having a little clear out. So the first is The Devil Makes Three by Tori Bovolino. I believe this is the Illumicrate edition. I've been trying to get my hands on this for a while. Absolutely gorgeous. Lovely end pages. Look at that, stunning. It seemed that once I cancelled my Illumicrate, they like seemed to publish everything I wanted, so I was absolutely gutted. So I'm glad to get my hands on these. This is something to do with finding an ancient book in a library, which all I know, but like that is all I needed to know. The cover is stunning. I am just so excited to get on this one ASAP. It says, the devil seeks his due from two unsuspecting students. Dark academia, perhaps? My voice cracked in excitement. And then the final book, again, I bought from Lauren, and that is The City of Dusk by Tara Sim. I know Lauren didn't love this, but I thought I'd give it a try because number one, it's beautiful and it sounds intriguing. And Lauren wrote love you on a piece of paper, and of course I kept it because it made me cry because I was sad. It's got beautiful end pages, the most stunning hardback. This is gorgeous. And I think it's signed. Yes, it is signed. This is Fairy Loot though. This is the adult subscription from Fairy Loot, which I was gonna get, but then I was like, Fairy Loot isn't really, it's not really providing me what I want right now, so I wasn't gonna add another subscription to it, especially as so far all I've seen from them is plain black sprayed edges. I'm glad I didn't join, but I am glad I got this from Lauren. So those are all 22 books that I got since my last book haul. I might have missed them. I've had a really hard month, as I said, and I have not been writing down what I've had because I've barely been existing. So I do apologise if I've missed anything that someone has bought me. I'm pretty sure I haven't. But if I have, I'm so sorry, just let me know and I'll write it down for my next one. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed seeing what I have bought / received. If you think I should prioritise any of these, please just let me know in the comments if you loved any of them or if you hated any of them. I would be very intrigued to know. And I shall see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.